Hi, everybody. Ageless Ambitions on EverTalk TV. I'm Christy Buss, my co-host, Max. And then I have a really amazing, fun entrepreneur, everything sitting next to me, and his name's Tai Savet. And I'm so glad that you're here with me. I can't wait to talk all your backstory. You are just, you intrigue me. So I just want to get started with where you grew up. Are you from Los Angeles?
I'm actually in Ventura County.
Ventura County.
Thousand Oaks, where I grew up. I grew up there for 19 years and then kind of traveled outside the city.
So wait, isn't that where Magic Mountain is and all that?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Wait,
Oh my God.
Am I in the wrong spot? Okay, tell me again. Where are you from?
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks.
Totally different than Magic Mountain, Canyon Country area.
Okay, Canyon Country. That's what I was thinking. So Thousand Oaks is more valley.
No, it's kind of outside the valley. It's
Closer to Malibu on your way to
Westlake out there. You know,
nice
Lake
area.
Sherwood.
Like the nice area.
Sherwood is considered Thousand Oaks.
Okay, got it. So Westlake area, Thousand Oaks. So anyway, so you grew up there, and then did you go to high school in that area, Thousand Oaks?
I did.
Okay.
When I did go to high school, I learned this great thing called ditching.
Okay, you did that. I love it. See, this is what I can't wait to talk about this whole interview, because I think you're so unique, and everything about you, the success that you're now having, is just basically letting everything roll off your shoulders and just being who you are. And I just love that. That's why I wanted to see you today. So thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Anyway, so high school, maybe ditched a little bit, but okay.
Ditched a lot.
Oh, ditched a lot. Okay.
You know what it was? In high school, I discovered stocks, which is so random, penny stocks. And,
penny stocks.
I was asking my banker in my investment banking firm how to do that, and they said it's very risky. So, I opened an account and started messing around with penny stocks, ended up making, almost $250,000 just before in high school.
Right. So that's like the Wolves of Wall Street. I heard penny stocks.
Penny stocks, yeah.
So that was
very
really
risky.
Very risky, but you did it.
But when you're a kid, you don't really think about, these risks, So, and you think about like, this is fake money, when it's actually really money that was in, one of my, private savings accounts that I wasn't supposed to touch.
Right,
right. And I said, transfer all of it,
You did.
And it doubled, tripled, to the point where my investment banker said, what stocks do you think are good? So they were literally coming to me for, stock advice, which is crazy.
Wow. So instead of going to school and thinking about some kind of subject, you just started getting in the industry of stocks.
I did. I'd be waking up super early in the morning, 6 o'clock, studying the market, thinking I'm studying the market. But, I did very well. And I just remember buying 2 brand new cars in high school, hiding one of the cars up the street because I was scared what my mom was going to say.
I told you guys, this is so unique. So you did you graduate from high school, or?
I did. What's so funny? I graduated in-house suspension, and then the last couple of days.
I don't know if this is a good interview.
No, it's good. It's good.
People needing to graduate from high school, but hey, few and far between the success. Wow, this is so. I love it. Like, you just took risks, right?
Well, what it is when you're young, you feel like you know everything. The classes I was taking, I felt like I was too smart for. I felt like I could just whiz by it. Ferris Bueller, he was an icon to me for some reason. That was fake. I actually did this in reality. I had a certain lifestyle that I created, and I envisioned who I wanted to be. And I would say a lot of luck now looking back.
Right.
But a lot of ego.
So where did you hid that car around the corner so your mom didn't know you bought 2 cars?
Oh,
is that what you did?
Yeah, I did that. And, the neighbors complaining about the car, and it was a bright yellow car. So how could you? First off, I don't even know what I could possibly be thinking. How do you hide a car?
Right.
At 18 years, how do you hide a car?
Well, how do you buy a car? Like, at the dealers, you just give them cash, right? Is that what happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
I financed that.
Okay, all right.
What I learned how to do was the established credit is I took a loan against my money.
Wow.
So my oldest brother said, Tai, you need established credit. I'm like, well, how do you do that? So he says, take a loan against your money.
Right.
So at an early age, I learned about credit.
See, like, nobody understands credit. Nobody understands credit. They usually are worried about their credit after they go to college and they have this big debt, right, of how they're going to pay off their loan. And that's no credit. At that point, they don't even know how to start. So this is amazing. Okay, so did you just then start maybe going into your own business, being an entrepreneur that young?
I did. There's more to this story.
Okay, I got to hear it. Go for it.
There was a girl up the street that, I ended up dating, and I won't go to the crazy backstory, but her father was an Italian, kind of like mafioso style guy.
Okay.
He had the Hummers and the Ferraris up the street, and, you wanted to call him a drug dealer. You wanted to call him a drug dealer, but he wasn't.
Now I'm cluing in that Thousand Oaks, Westlake is not. I get it. I'm there now. So it's a really affluent area.
Yeah,
right?
it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
But this guy had all these nice cars, and he saw my cars, and, he lived like maybe 4 or 5 houses up the street.
Mm-hmm.
And, the neighbor, like the girl in the middle of us, snitched on me and said, "Oh, do you know your daughter's dating Tai?" And he ended up going to talk to my mom, saying he was going to murder me. So they came up.
They didn't approve.
They
didn't approve.
No, they didn't approve. Come on, I was a punk kid.
Okay.
Right. So I ended up hiding for a couple of days. My mom she called me and said, "Tai, it's probably not good that you come home. I really do love you, and I want to see you there tomorrow and the next day. So just don't come home." I'm like, "Oh, damn. What'd they find out?" And you already know I did something wrong. So he told my mom that my whole summer, right, because I just graduated, was going to be spent with him because he wanted to find out what kind of guy I was.
To be able to date his daughter.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, or not date his daughter because I was spending it every day with him from 8:30 to 5 o'clock.
So it kept you away from her. In
Absolutely. He wanted to keep his eye on me.
Got you.
And he did. I ended up working at his bank that he was a co-owner in, and learning the finance business, and became really good friends with the guy. Ended up ditching the daughter, and he was trying to push me on her. And kind of learning the finance business and understanding how money flows at that time.
People spend lots of money to go to school to learn that kind of stuff in college, don't you think? And it's like handed to you based on the fact that
it wasn't handed to me.
Well, in terms of the concept based on this liking a girl.
It was punishment.
Punishment.
Okay. Any 18-year-old guy that wants to go chase girls, does not want to be standing at an office all day long doing nothing.
Punishment.
Literally sitting on this couch, kind of like this style, and saying, "Okay, what am I going to do today?" So what I did was I became the person I was at the time, which was a complete punk, and started learning everybody's job so I could tell them how to do their job better. So I almost,
Ageless ambitions.
Yeah, I became like that because it's like I was so bored. So here I am reading different kinds of guidelines on how loans are done. Here I am reading about quality of loans, QC department, loan docs, drawing those, right? How to sell. So I used to have fights with the underwriter, and I would get the boss involved and saying, "She's wrong. This is where it says in this book. This is exactly where she's wrong." And then have him say, "Good job, Tai. Good job."
See?
So I learned it,
wow,
from just being there and just being bored, really. And
but you have to have some kind of ambition within yourself, as you and who you are as a personality, to want that. Even though you say you were bored and you want to take the time to do stuff. That takes a really strong person inside to want it that bad to figure it out. Most people would sit there and be bored, and get through it. So,
actually, I was miserable, and I wanted to make everybody in that office feel exactly because they were getting paid.
And you weren't. I got you.
Except, this executive. It was an executive. It was what is he called? Executive, loan executive. So what they do is they go out and wholesale, and show loan brokers their programs. And one day, this guy Tony Ravella, and his company was called Fortune One, because I remember it. He showed me his check, and it said $29,000. And I said, I'm making zero at this job. He says, "Tai, come out with me today, and let me show you what I do." And I said, "All right, no problem. I'll come out. You big money, right?" All he did was just kind of schmooze people, talk, hang out, take drinks. I'm like, this is what you do when you get paid that kind of money? See you penny stocks. I'm with you, right? So I basically mirrored him. I asked the big boss, and I said, "Hey, do you mind if I become an account executive and work with Tony?" And he said, "Absolutely, do it." And that's kind of how I got my break, into the real estate world, but under the finance.
Under the finance, which most most agents aren't in the finance part.
No.
And that made you down the road open your own agency. It's called Agents of LA.
It is called Agents of LA.
Okay.
But there was more of a backstory even before then. But
Okay.
we don't have to go into all this stuff. But
tell me. I want to know. We have a little time here. That's what this is all about. So you took that from this guy. You got an accounting position or something.
Well, account executive position.
Okay.
So, I really understood what it took to actually finance a property. And it was almost like I was a pre-underwriter. So I
Right.
knew if you were approved or not approved. So it's not like I was going to waste my time and say, okay, here's a great house. Here's $3 million. I don't know if you're going to be able to finance it or not. I already knew. I knew exactly if that person was going to be able to afford it or not. Because I could ask them the right questions that the underwriter was going to ask and know exactly how to maneuver stuff. So yeah, it helped.
Yeah. So from there, you got your own businesses or other things. Because you're in the entertainment industry. I mean, you've been in the were you acting at the time or doing all kinds of stuff?
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
I did a whole bunch of extra roles, and it was
As a punk?
As a punk. Well, I mean, who's not a punk at that? Yeah,
Right.
But I think that I did like over 200 gigs.
Right.
And I was doing really well with the acting, except that I was getting older and I wanted to segue into business. So that's what happened.
I see. So Agents of LA.
Agents of LA is a company that I currently own.
I have to get back real quick.
Sure.
So your family's from Thailand.
My father's from Thailand. I'm a first gen in this country. My grandfather was the prime minister of Thailand that ran the whole
Can you
country.
believe that? He ran the whole country of Thailand.
Yeah.
Your great-grandfather or grandfather?
Great-grandfather, grandfather. I mean, it's to them in that country, it doesn't matter. It's a grandfather.
Right. So who got you or your dad to the States?
My dad ended up leaving because of the politics. He didn't want to be controlled, and he just wanted to be free, kind of like me, right? So my name, which I learned, a few years back, I didn't realize that meant free or freedom. So
Okay.
Thai.
Thai.
So I guess in Thailand, it's land of the free. So he wanted to be an entrepreneur and come to this country, and he made it without his family's help.
So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So you're your own entrepreneur. You're like your own person. But I feel like that kind of whatever he went through came out in you from growing up, right?
Well, Asian culture is a little different,
So what's your mom? Is your mom Asian? Or?
No, my mom's white.
Okay.
Blonde, blue-eyed, really pretty.
How did they meet? So to get you.
You know what? Who knows exactly? I think that somebody set them up on a date.
So in the States, they were
in the
here.
in the States.
Gotcha.
And I always ask my mom, how did you ever marry this guy? Because my dad's so completely opposite. I'm a little bit both, but they're so different, and I don't even know how an immigrant, marries this really pretty blonde lady. I just don't know how that, I guess that's a dream for most,
Right.
but it happened.
Right.
My dad has somewhat broken English, but he's cool.
Okay.
My mom's she knows what she wants, and she'll tell you exactly what time it is.
Well, when she tells you to stay away, or your dad, then they must love you to not come home at the time of something
Oh,
could
yeah,
happen to you.
No, she must have been scared.
Oh.
Which then made me scared. This punk
right.
got really shy. and said,
Right,
I'm going to
okay.
stay away from this neighborhood.
Okay. So now you're Agents of LA, and then I think that the combination of your entertainment and that, you've been working on this project that probably took, I think you said more than 3.5 years, but it's come to fruition as of even a couple weeks ago, and it's called Love and Listings on VH1. How did that all happen?
Well, it was based on my agency and working with celebrities. Back in the day, I kind of hid my entertainment side with my real estate side. I just didn't know if it was conflicting. I didn't want to keep them together.
Right.
Finally, I got to a point of hanging out with all these entertainers and doing my real estate on the side and never bringing it up. I said, you know what? I don't have time for this. I'm going to marry them. So that's what I did. And I created this company, Agents of LA, and where entertainers, that came to me to sell their properties and for me to find their exclusive properties or rentals or whatever it's going to be, So we started filming bits and pieces of it, and there was some interest out there, and this wonderful lady named Yolanda Geralds came to me and said, Tai, there's a woman out there named Holly Carter, and she's looking for a project like this. Would you be interested in bringing it to her?
Wow.
And I gathered up all the footage, and I brought it to her office, and from there was magic.
C'est la vie. It's like right there in front of you. So when you went to the premiere, was it like you're just seeing everything in front of you of all your hard work, of everything you've been through up to this moment?
Not really, to be honest with
Okay.
you, since we threw the party. So my partner, Sean Matthews, he's one of the executive producers. He hosted the party with me, and it was a lot of moving parts, and it was like we were producing a premiere party.
It was intense. I was there. It was a lot of, I saw, it must have been a lot of work to put that on.
Oh, I smiled because it was, overly, too much work for anybody. I was still showing properties that day, okay, till like, I think 5:30, right? So I had somebody from Channel 5, one of the newscasters, were getting him to a property, and he was telling me exactly everything that needed to be fixed and all that stuff, and I'm taking notes, and meanwhile, people are texting me saying, you have a party, in a few hours. And, I wasn't even dressed, nothing. So, it was everything to make a wonderful event happen, and we didn't have the proper banners. We had to swap this big, the big back wall out, and that happened at 6 o'clock. So
whose house was that? Boy, that was beautiful.
It's Jermaine Jones. He's a client of Sean's from our company.
Okay.
And he's one of the top soccer players in the world. And he was so nice for us to use that house.
I don't know. I kept walking around going, wow, whoever owns this house must be a good person, because there was a lot of people there, and it was just like crazy fun. But I don't know. That's a lot. And it was overlooking all of LA, right?
Yes,
it was beautiful. Just beautiful.
I think he took that fun and went to Ibiza last week. So he loved all the people. He was just having the best time of his life. And, he was thrilled. We had the chefs there. And it's, it's so funny. We hired chefs, but he was vegan. I don't know why, we didn't come up with some vegan food, but he's walking around his house and he's like, Tai, this is the only party I've ever thrown, and it has 0 vegan food. And I'm like, oh my God, how do you mess that up, right? But he was cool with it.
He's good. I saw him having such a good time, even with his kids.
Yeah.
So I feel so good that you're here, and I want to know that from this moment of you doing the show, what are you looking forward to in your future for your ageless ambitions? What is your bigger dreams?
For me, it's always been inspiring others. So, and
because you work with a lot of charities, right?
I work with a ton.
Yeah.
Giving back is huge for me. Things that I've had to conquer throughout my life, and understanding and educating. I've always been that person. So even the young agents I take on, I try to mentor them and give them just the tools that they need. And, a lot of people haven't given me as many opportunities as I've given them. And, being a big brother, is something that I think is necessity in this world. So, it's just making a change.
Making people better down the road, right?
And
I think you've given a lot of opportunity to your people that are in your cast that could have never gotten an opportunity. I know one is Shook Knight's son. He's a realtor, trying to be a realtor, but to show his himself on the show when he's been through so much of his dad being in the news and it being such a negative thing. I think that this is an overextending thing that's going to help him in his life.
Well, a lot of people don't realize Jacob is a really nice kid. He's an A student, and people think that, having a father of his stature could be a bad reflection of him. But, he's defining on who he is, and he's making himself purposeful. And, this show, I think, is going to be a lot of leverage for him. So, I'm anxious to see what it's going to do for his career.
I think it's going to be so much fun to look forward to seeing what happens with everybody on the show. So thank you so much for being here. Ageless Ambitions on Ever Talk TV. I thank you, Tai, for being here, and come back and see me for another episode soon. Bye, guys.